Oh, okay. So, good evening, everyone. I think you can mute yourself and we have a little chat. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, so I guess from our last meeting, you guys were able to watch the video that William uploaded, and you did your best to go through the things we started from last week. And also, you were able to find an additional information to like whatever that I said last week. You didn't only limit yourself to whatever that I said. And if you didn't verify or try to find an additional information to whatever that I said, it means you weren't able to grab whatever that I said. Because if you truly understand whatever that I said, after I was done teaching or after the section, I think it was late at that time. So like the next day could have taken some time to go through the video, and you might as well have found some additional information to whatever that I said to verify, even if what I said was true or I was just saying whatever that I wanted to say to you guys. So today too is another section. Then we ended as our last section from the meta tags. So we're basically dealing with the HTML. So just a recap from what we learned last week. I think I'll call Richie to briefly tell me whatever that he got from what we learned the last time. At least what you heard, not
Exactly.
if it's not the full thing, like at least a word, something you got from whatever that I said. I think then we'll start with it. So Richie can mute
Last
himself.
week we learned about a bit JavaScript and CSS and HTML. So the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and CSS. CSS is like JavaScript is like the framework. Talk about the framework of the veins in the body, and HTML is the framework of the body, and the CSS is like the picture, how it's like the final way. Yeah.
Okay. So I think, and that is basically what I said. So let's recap. Let's take some minutes to recap from last week. Last week I made mention of several things for which I clearly underlined some of the path that and some of the outline method that a front-end developers and back-end developers, as well like the full stack development developers can achieve their goals. So I clearly said that if you want to be a front-end developer, the best tools that you should have at your fingertips should be your HTML, your CSS, and JavaScript. And I also made you to understand that it takes a lot of practice for you to grab everything that you learn from these tools. And since the world is moving rapidly, you have the exposure that is the internet and also YouTube to explore whatever data that you get from like as in the web development aspect. So I made mention of the roadmap that if you want to be a front-end developer, you can outline, whereby I said if you practice at least 1 hour or 2 hours a day in less than 3 months, in less than 1.5 months, you should be able to grasp your HTML. And I also said the same thing for the HTML. And I also said that the JavaScript is more of is quite broad. So you just need some of the basics to just start with the JavaScript, so that as time goes on, you'll be able to grab other aspects of the JavaScript whilst you are building projects and you're getting exposed to certain things by yourself. You'll be able to discover so many things. And we also dived into how the web works. And I clearly outlined that we have two things that makes up the web. I made mention of the HTTP request and the HTTP response, for which I said that the user will have to send the HTTP request to the web browser, and the web browser fetches whatever that request that you have made and display it on your web page. I also made mention of some of the tools that you have to use as you'll be using the VS Code. I made mention of two tools, that is the Prettier and the Live Server, for which you need the Prettier to format your code, and also you need the Live Server to compile whatever code that you write into your web browser. And I also said that I also said that based on the technologies of the JavaScript, we have frameworks such as React, Angular, Vue, for which they are the libraries that add more functionalities or more user experience to whatever JavaScript that you write in your front end. So these are basically what we went through last week, and I clearly remember that we ended a section at the meta tags. So we're able to break down the boilerplate of the HTML, and our time didn't permit us to continue. So that is where we ended. So I think today it will be best for us to start from wherever that we ended.
Exactly.
So I think everybody can see what I have clearly outlined here today. I think today I'm basically going to take you through the method data and the method tags, and we'll dive into some headers and paragraphs, comments, and the path in HTML. I think somebody has a
Infidelis,
background.
George.
So I'll take you through how to comment your code and how the relative path in the HTML works, and also some folder structure in the HTML. We'll also look at some resources that you need to know as a web developer, and some special characters that I think you'll be interested to have a look at. And I think from that, our last part will be assignments, where we'll take an assignment, a quick, very small assignment that we'll take, so that the next time that we meet, everyone will try to explain how they understood and how they were able to find the resources, even how they were able to search for what they needed to make the assignments a success. So I think I would share my screen so that
Your screen is already shared. I don't know if you want to go back to your VS Code. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I think this one I'll share so everybody can see this, right? So everybody can see this surface, the VS Code, right? Can you see my VS Code?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Oh, it's instead of whiteboard.
You can only see your image.
So you can see it now. You can see it now.
Yes.
Please, can you see it now?
Yes, it's fine now.
Okay. So
yesterday,
from last week, we created a folder, and I think it is okay, even grammar. So this was what we created last week. We started with the boilerplate, that is the document type, then the HTML, the language, the character sets, the meta tags, the titles and the headers and the body, as well as adding script to our workspace.
Dixon, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can see your screen. I don't have your screen. I don't know if I don't know. I don't have your screen.
Richie and Kenneth, please, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see the VS Code screen.
Really?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay.
Then maybe I think I did something. I don't know why I can't get your screen because I'm recording, so I need to get your screen. Okay, I have it now. Sorry, I got it.
Okay.
I have it now. Thank you.
Okay. So we we started with the boilerplate of the HTML. So this is basically where we ended the last time. And we learned how to create a new folder and label our HTML, like our documents. So this is the index.html, the HTML. This is where we are basically going to write whatever code, whatever structure that we want our code to be. And the CSS is the styles that we are going to add to our HTML to make it very nice. And this is the brains of the operation. This is where we're going to add functionalities like buttons, clickable, scroll, and all sort of functionalities. So I'll start with the meta tags. So I said that the meta tags. Hello. Yeah, am I audible now? So the last time I was saying that the meta tag contains, and the meta tag is an element, and the element contains two things. It contains the attributes and the attribute value. So for which the character set is the attribute, and the UTF-8 is the attribute name. So what does this do in our code? So from the last section, I was trying to explain that the character set is just a way that our HTML gets to decode the language that we write into the computer for the computer to understand. So from the last meeting, I mentioned ASCII. That is the American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So that is the way that the program gets decoded, and our computer understand whatever language that. Hold on, come in. Yes, understands whatever that we write and is able to interpret it for us. So the meta tag is specifically elements that specify the document's character encoding. So by the character encoding, I mean that the character sets that the document is like, so it's basically, it permits the computer to understand whatever program that you are writing. You understand? It permits the computer to understand whatever program that you are writing. Otherwise, if you were able, if we had the previous character set, that is when this character set, it gets you to only use one language. So if you are a Chinese, you are only limited to write your code, like your computer is able to decrypt your code in just one format. But with the UTF-8, it's a universal character set that includes pretty much any character in the human language. You understand? So with this, your web page will be able to handle displaying any language, right? So any language that, like for instance, if you write your code in English, and anybody in another country, let's say China or the Arabic, or like those countries, can also, their computers can decrypt that code that you have written or that interface that you have built using the character set to display whatever that they have written, like they want to see in their language. So basically that is what it does. So in simple term, I'm trying to say that the UTF-8 is just a way for the computer to implement a different set of language in whatever interface that you create. So basically that is it. So with the metadata, I won't worry you much with this one, but I
Exactly.
thought the the character sets, you needed to understand the character sets, because that is the way that your web browser or your application that you write gets decrypted in so many language. And this one is the viewport. The viewport is basically what makes you see your application in different interface. So as in the desktop face, as in the mobile face, and as in the tablet mode. This is what's help you to decrypt all those codes and categorize them into several viewports. So without much, we'll dive into the elements of the HTML. So for the elements, as I outlined it on the board, I think we have, let me share the whiteboard. We have the headers, we have the paragraphs, and we have the comments, we have the path, we have the folder structure. The folder structure is how I will help you, or I'm going to teach you the folder structure, so that, let's say, when you're writing a code and you have so many folders in your application, in your, let's say, your VS code, in your whatever code you're writing, you'll be able to categorize them into several sections, so that it will be very accessible for you to operate. Then we'll dive into links and so many other that we are going to
Are we online? I think we have network issue. I don't know if it's from Dixon's side. Bernard, can you hear me? Yeah, Bernard, I can't hear you. I can only see your mouth going up and down. But I think Dixon's network is very bad. I cannot hear him. Richie, if you can hear me. Richie, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay,
But Dixon
that means I think the problem is coming from Dixon. I'm sure it's coming from Dixon's side. Yeah, he's out. Anyway, he'll reconnect back and then you will see. Just hold it. Let me chat him.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
you're back. Okay, you're back. Your network was disturbing, Dixon.
Yeah.
All right. So share your screen again.
Okay.
I think we can get to you.
Okay. Okay. So
Exactly.
yeah.
We are good.
So this is what this is the header contains whatever information that you are going to describe or write. So for instance, can anybody see this? Okay. So when you open this, for instance, you see that we have something like dribble.com. So this is basically the title of your application that you have created. So the title displays, so for instance, if you write in your title, let's say JavaScript even grammar dot comma, that is what you're going to see as your title. So when you open it, this is what you will see here. This is not a title, this is the URL though. But like, if I'm able to eliminate, so something like this, I don't know how to show you,
I think
but
you can give just one tab of your
Yes.
screen. That will be able to show us. When you
Yes,
have one,
so
just
I
one
think-
tab. Yeah.
so if I hover over it, you see that it has been written that music projects.
Exactly.
Yes. So this is the title of your project that you've created, and this is the URL to your project.
Exactly.
So basically this describes the information about it. Then we have one meta tag that gives you the description about your web page. So for instance, if we have something, I'll go to this place, MD and JavaScript, I think. So you see that when you open MDF JavaScript, the first thing that you see here, the first thing is just a meta tag description. So with a meta tag description, I can write something like, so in my code, I can write another meta tag, something like this. So let's say a meta tag. and write the name as an attribute. Then let's say I write like description. So something like description. Then another name is I think the content. The content. So the content, let's say we do Lorem. Let's say 10. I don't know why. No, I can't. So let's say we do some we write anything here. This meta tag, and so you see I've written description here, and the content, what I've written here is, let's say if I host my application, this is what I'm going to see. If I host my application, what I've written here, this information that is in the content, this is what will be displayed at the first page. So this is whatever that you write. This the standards of JavaScript are ECMAScript language. So that is basically what you've written in the content. That is basically what you're going to see when you first when you search for your application. That is the first thing you're going to see. So it is good also to add description to your web application, so that when somebody opens your web application for the first time, without even clicking the link, the first page should even tell the person what the person is like what they should expect when they click the link.
So it's basically
So
like S for SEO purposes.
yeah.
Just in case Google want to rank your website, since you have a very good naming and a very good tag, your website can be ranked very well.
Yeah. So for this is done for search engine optimization. That is
exactly
the SEO.
SEO.
So if you hear any SEO, it's just search engine optimization.
Okay.
So now the body of your document is where you basically write every single thing that you want to display on your application. So the first one that we'll tackle is the headers, right? So the headers. So the headers, there are 6 type of headers, right? They range from the H1 to H6. So we can have something like H1, and we have hello world. Then we have let's say H2. Then we have the same hello world. So let's say hello world. And we have, so I can click shift option, then I can bring it down to 6. Then I'll just, for this, you click option, then you click to just edit it. That is for
Dixon, 1 minute. They are window users, so option will be what on our Windows? Since you're using Mac, option will be
Alt. Yes,
exactly. So shift Alt will give you multiple.
So
right?
I'm sorry for that. So
That's
that
okay.
would be 3. Yes. Then I think Alt, when you hold Alt, then you click this 2. I think you can change it to 4. Then Alt.
The same thing. Then you even click at the back.
Display can. Yes. So I think 5. Wow. So 5. Then this and this will be 6. Then so you have to delete this.
Okay. So I think it's working, Dixon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's working, right? So
yes.
It has lasted longer, right?
Longer, yeah. So it's working.
Yeah.
So
right, if we need to see whatever that you've written, you just have to click you right click, then I think you then share. I'm coming.
Can you try it from the left side, from the folder side? You can right click on the index.html and run a live server. That one too will work here.
Okay. Okay, open live server.
Exactly.
Yes. So I think I'm going to minimize the folder so that we keep this to So let's say the left, then this will come in, so that we can
I
see
have them
whether
both
that
sides.
they are
Yes,
right.
exactly.
Yes. So for you can close this then. I think so. You see how the headers has been arranged from the biggest to the smallest. Now you might be thinking that hey, I wrote 26. Wow. So to so you might be thinking that we 6 is bigger than 1. So why is it not that 6 has to be very big than 1? That is not the case in the HTML. For the HTML, the H1 is the biggest of all, followed by the H2, followed by the H3, H4, and so on. So the higher you go, the smallest you get, and the lowest you get, the bigger you get. So H1 will be very
Excuse
bigger
me.
than the
The
H
smallest you get in terms of how do you call it?
in
The font.
numbers.
Font.
The font, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So with the H with the headers, so let's say in terms of the number wise, the highest you go, the smaller font you're going to get, and the when you come up and starting from the 1. So in let's say in ascending order, you get the least form, and in the descending order, in the ascending order, you get the biggest font, and the descending order, you get the smallest font. So this is basically what the HTML does. So the first header will be much bigger than the H6 because that is how it works. So for instance, if you are writing your document, and let's say in your first page you want to display a header, or you want to display something big that, let's say, oh, hello, let's say, hello viewers, or let's say, welcome to my site. So you want to display that in a very big format so that your customer will get attractive. So in doing that, we use what is called the headers. So the headers just simplifies the page and give us the sections of how we have to display our page. So I think I'm going to get rid of this. And so the second one I'm going to look at is the paragraph. So the paragraph helps us to write some information. So let's say when you have, you know how paragraph works, right? So when you have a document, you want to group them in certain, so let's say in 10 words, you want to group 10 words in one page, in one part, and group another one in another part. So with that, we use the P tag, that is the P element, that's the paragraph. And we have something called Lorem. When you enter Lorem and you specify the amount of words that you have, and you click enter, it will just give you, so I entered Lorem 20.
20.
So it means I'm telling the inbuilt, let's say, the inbuilt helper that I want a dummy text of, let's say, 20. So it will just generate a dummy text of, let's say, of 20 words for you. So when you want to structure your page, when you want to structure your HTML document, you first have to use dummy text to represent however that you want it to look like. So let's say right now we have a header, then we have a paragraph, then let's say we'll have another H2, then we'll have like hello, hello, hello Richie, right? Then we have a paragraph of, let's say 30, saying saying some information about you. You understand? So with this, you see, we have hello world, and you have a dummy test, and we have hello Richie, we have a dummy test. You see, in this way, we are trying to structure the page for attractiveness. So let's say when somebody comes to your page, you see that
Excuse
you
me,
have
this
clearly
text, are you the one keying them or they come by their own?
no, it is just it is just a helper
Template.
function that is in the VS Code. So it's an extension that when you install, when you enter Lorem of, let's say, Lorem, you enter Lorem and you specify the amount of words that you want it to generate for you. So for instance,
Purposely
yes,
used by the developer. It's purposely used by you so that you can
yes,
structure your page. Instead of writing words, you don't have the words, So if I want to design something for a client, I will use Lorem just to structure so that the client will give me the text that he wanted to put, and I'll replace the Lorem with the original text from the client.
Okay.
So it's just for the developer side. You, the developer, will just be putting some text.
All right, it's clear.
Yeah, just to be, it's clear. All right.
Yeah, like the
So-
template.
Exactly, like a
Yes.
template.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like a template.
Exactly.
So if we had something like William, and we also generate another Lorem text of, let's say, 100. Understand? So you see how the texts are being arranged. You understand? So so if, let's say, if you are creating a website for somebody and you don't have the content, you don't want to leave your page blank. You understand? You have to fill it so that it looks nice.
Yes, sir.
And when the customer gives you the content, you'll be able to just go to where the lorems are. You just erase it, then you paste it, erase it, then you paste it, for simplicity's sake.
Okay.
Understand? Yes. So the next one that I'm going to talk about is we have something called we have paragraphs. Then let's say we have emphasis. So let's say this is an emphasis, the term emphasis. So we all know how emphasis work. If I want to play like emphasis to a specific document or a specific word in whatever that I've written in the paragraph. So let me show you a practical example. So let's say within this place, I want to put an emphasis. I want to put whatever that I have here into this place. Now you see how they are displayed from the normal paragraph. You see the emphasis has italicized the words that I paste in it. You understand? So now let's say if you are structuring your HTML page, and let's say there are some parts that you want to differentiate from whatever that you are writing, you use the emphasis to place to emphasize that, okay, so this page, this is, let's say, an extra information of what I want you to take. Understand? And we have what is called the italic. The italic also work like the emphasis. So let's say we have lorem of, let's say, 5. Now see, it has displayed it in the same way as the emphasis. So these two, the italic and the emphasis, let's say they are relative to each other. So if you want to use, hello, yeah, William, hello.
You can hear you.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you.
So like I want your mic to be on so that I know.
Okay.
That, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I muted myself just because some noise coming from my window.
Oh, okay.
It's all right.
So,
I think it's okay. I can leave it on.
Okay. So this is how these two tags they work hand in hand. So you can either use the emphasis or the italics. And we also have something called the strong. So strong also work. So Lorem of, now
I need to meet someone. Okay.
Yeah. So now see how the strong works. The strong has been able to make the words very bold, differentiating them from this one. So let's say from the first lorem epistome that we wrote. So let's say if we want to display some strong here. So let's say we want to make this one strong. Understand? So we cut it, then we paste it here. Now see how starting of the paragraph, see how bold it has become. Now you see that you can differentiate this from the rest because it is in the strong tag. You understand? So that is basically some of the things that the elements that we have. We also have the sub and the sub. So let's say you've written let's say a paragraph, and you are the you want to write that you are the first, let's say, so sub will be, so let's say, let's write sub, so something like this, and you write your est. So you see how it has been displayed. Oh, sorry. So first, so now see how the first has been displayed. You see that the first is is has been it's a subscript. You understand? So in subscript, so like how subscript work, that is how this sub also work. So if you want to place this one to up, we just replace it by the sub. Then I think the sub rather. Then yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, so you see how you'll be able to, so with this element, you have the ability to manipulate how you want everything to look like. So let's say if with the paragraph I give it, let's say, a font, let's say I write style.
So this is just like starting your page, right?
Yes, so
Okay.
like let's say you,
CSS can
yes,
do.
yes, CSS can do it, but
Okay.
with this element, you just want to structure your page. So let's say you have something like first prize winner, second prize winner. So how to write your first and your second is all
Okay.
based on this sub and this sub element. You understand? So right now you see how nice has become. So like if I comment this one out, and I say first, how does it look from the other? You see, the other one was more like nice than this one.
Very presentable.
Understand?
First one, yeah.
Yeah. So yes, so that is how you have to structure your page. Then we have another element called we have the what you call, so like so for instance, let's say the one thing I wanted to mention at first that I did that I wanted to mention is the comments. So for instance, so right now, you know that I've written headers here, right? So let's say I come down and I press my control and my forward slash. So and I write here about Richie, right? Richie. You see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Yes. So you hold your control, then forward, then you write, let's say, about William. So you see with this, if you don't know, if you don't even know how to code, and I give you this page, like this document, Richie, will you understand whatever I've done, or you won't understand whatever I've done?
I will.
You understand whatever I've done because I have organized the page, and you know that, oh, okay, this is about Richie. So it means everything below it is talking about Richie. Oh, okay. So right now this is about William. So everything here says all about William. So that is how you have to comment your page. That is how you comment your
Your code. Yeah.
you comment your code. So I said if you want to comment your code, you press control and the forward slash. That is why that is what brings up this thing. Then you type whatever that you want to categorize. So let's say if you want to write this is contact me, about me, there's the home, so there's the form, there's so when you structure a page in that way, you see that when everybody takes your code, they know what they are. Even a day in someone who is a day old in programming can even guess. They can even have a raw like an idea of the page when you give the code to the person. You understand? Yes. So that's
So
how we comment in HTML. Yeah.
commenting your code is very, very crucial, because you can write a code today, and the next 2 weeks you get back to the code and you'll be confused, because I've already told you that we don't put code in our heads. You know, it's a design, so it's in you. But when you write the code and you don't comment it, put a comment, okay, this is a function that greets me, that give me a greeting, and you don't comment it, it will take you a longer time to go through all this code. The next time you visit the code and understand, it will take you a longer time, because codes, you cannot keep them in your head. So commenting your code is very, very crucial. Just give a comment that at least this function is doing this, the next function is doing this, another function is doing this, and it will save you a hell of a time. So that next time when you revisit your code, oh, okay, this is what it is. This is what it is. So commenting is very, very important, guys.
Yes. So to continue, we'll look at another one called the link. The link is simply an A tag. The A tag, so you remember that I said any element contains an attribute and an attribute value. So this is, so I'll comment here for you to know what I'm doing. So this is, so I guess it's okay now.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is an href, understand? So the href simply is just a directory, right? So the href just accepts a value of where is that link leading to. So assuming you click on that link, where do you want me to go when you tap on it? Or let's say, so let's try something like nest. So nest, something like nest, right?
Yeah.
Then I say that when you click on nest, it should send you to, let's say, about page. So about.html. You understand? So I'm saying that I haven't created this page yet, but I'm saying that when I click on this, it should send me to about page. So see what happens when I click on this. So when I click on this, you'll be able to see that it says cannot get about page because we haven't we haven't created it yet. So this link helps us to navigate in and out of our page. So one thing that you can also add to your code to make it very nice is that with a link, it also accepts an attribute called the target. So what does the target does? Let's see. Oh, sorry. So, wow. So target. So target, you see, it's giving you the underscore blank underscore parent underscore self and top. So when you choose blank, you are simply telling the web browser that when I click on this link, I don't want the user to leave my page, but I want the user to be redirected to another page. So for instance, let's go back. We are here. And when I click on this, or let's say, okay, let me just put something like,
can you put our website inside even grammar?
Yes.
Just space it there so that's too.
So it's what, even grammar?
Yes, you can even go to the browser, copy the link from the browser if you can open it from the browser.
Okay, so let me see. So
JavaScript. Yeah.
Even,
I think JavaScript first.
Okay. JavaScript.
Even grammar. Yeah. JavaScript, even with one word. I don't know if I can copy it and paste it for you.
Yeah.
Can I copy it and paste it?
Yes.
Do I have access?
Paste it in the chat. Yes.
Okay, in the chat. Okay, let me put it in the chat. That's true.
Okay. I think I can copy
the chat. I'm out of the chat. Can you send just hi for me? I can't get a chat. Okay, I have
I
it.
think
Okay, I have it now. I have it.
I think I have it here.
Yeah, I have the chat now.
I think
So as
so.
he's looking
Like,
for, okay, sorry, go ahead.
okay. So I guess
I think if you have any question, you can just unmute yourself and just chip in your
yes.
question. Okay, that would be very good. Or if you have any contribution to something, how you understood the thing, just just unmute yourself and just chip in something and say something. That would be very great.
Yeah. Yeah. So with this, so if I put it here, if I put this link here, all that I'm trying to say that this is our application. So when you go back to here, I'm trying to, with the targets, I'm just trying to say that when the user click on this page, this is the right link.
Okay, because it's a blank, right?
Yes. So I'm saying that it should redirect. I'm coming. I think I haven't saved.
Yeah.
So let me refresh and see. So if I click, well, it's still saying about
You saved the file.
but okay, let's see.
Have you saved the file? Is the file saved?
Yeah. So let's see.
So what he's trying to demonstrate is just that, okay, I want to go to the link by clicking on the next text over there. But he said the target is supposed to be blank. Okay, so what it means is you take that address into a blank page, and I don't want you to leave my page, but take another page, okay, and just open that website over there. That is what he's trying to do.
I think it's not.
It's still not giving you the thing.
No, I can do.
Let me. Anyway, I'm recording. So I don't want
Okay, so you see, let's
listen, can you take the target out? Let's see if it takes us to the site. Then we can from there. Or you can even ask Google right now.
okay, let's see.
You can even ask Google right now. And Google will give you.
That's what I was in. Let's see. So let's go back to our page and see.
Yeah.
It's not even working.
You do. Wait. Okay, click on it.
Oh, okay. You're saying I can't. Okay, right. Okay, right now I think. Can't even. It's saying can't get. So I'm coming.
Or you want to try with another browser?
No, I'm just.
It's sure. Fine.
Let me see something. So let's see. When you click here, wow. Okay, so with all that I was trying to do is that I was just trying to show you a way to. So let's say let me just try to demonstrate it here. Let me create another file called about .html, right? So, and let me start documents and let's see paragraph.
I think Bernard wanted to speak, but his microphone, I cannot hear him. Bernard, you can check from your system. I don't know if you can check from the system. Or if you can type, I will just. I think we can hear you now. And you are out again, no problem.
I don't know what could be wrong. So just let me open the live server again and see, maybe there's something wrong. Yeah, okay. I think there was something wrong.
With your live server, right?
You see, yes. Okay. So you see that when I click on the nest, it sends me to the about page. You understand?
Yeah.
So for instance, if I have another link and I'm like so this so let's say in the about HTML, if let's say I have a link, a tag of let's say www.google.com. So with this, and I'm saying that let's say priv. So when I click on this, it sends me here. And let's say when I click on this link, it's still wow. So let's see. Okay.
I thought you want to navigate to the about page, which is right.
No, I wanted to move from
outside,
that place to Google.
Okay, you want to go outside,
so that I show them how it works though.
Okay, with a blank, right?
So let's see. Yes. So Google HTTP.
I think you can copy it and paste. I don't know if you can copy from Google straight and paste.
So
HTTPS.
let's see what happens.
Yeah, just copy it. Yeah.
Is it HTTP?
It's HTTPS.
So something like
// yeah.
Okay. So is it HTTPS?
Yes.
Like
then you bring your
this.
colon. Yeah, colon before. Yeah, colon.
Okay. Colon before // right?
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. If I navigate to my and I click. Oh wow. So so like okay, basically what I wanted to demonstrate was that if you bring the attribute of targets inside, what it does is that when you're telling your users that, like you're telling the web browser that when your user click on next, don't close my page. You see, some pages are there when you don't have that target. When you click on it, it will just open the information on your, like it will overlap on your application. So it will open Google on your application. So what the target attribute does is that it's telling the web browser that when the user click on, let's say Nest, for instance, don't open that browser on my application. Open it to the next, like open a new browser with it. You understand? So basically that is what I was trying to demonstrate, but I think it is not working. So maybe the next time
it will work out.
Yes.
The next time it will surely work. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I wanted to demonstrate. So this is the link. This is how we deal with links, and we have another one called the ordered list. So the ordered list, you just is OL, then it takes in another list. So let's say if you want 4545, and let's say when you hold Shift then Alt then down, you duplicate it. So now see what it does. Am I in the about page?
Yes, you are at the about page. Yeah.
Now see the ordered list. This is how it displays it. This is the ordered list. So you see it has started numbering it from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's say we cut this, then we come to our about page. so see how it has been categorized. So we have 1, then this, 2, then this, 3, then this, and we have another one called the unordered list. That is the UL. Understand? So when you are structuring your, let's say when you are structuring your web page, and maybe you want a list of let's say you want a home page, so something like you want a home, then maybe you want about, then you want contact us, and let's say you want blog, so when I save the changes, see what this one too does. You see that this is like a bullet. So this is ordered list, and this is unordered list. So I hope like you can differentiate between the ordered list and the unordered list. So Richie, can you explain between the ordered list and unordered list?
Richie just sign out. Yeah,
Oh,
he said
okay,
he need to. He will watch the video, but Bernard is here, Kenneth is here, George is here.
Okay, so George, can you tell me the difference between the ordered list and unordered list?
George, can you hear us? Hello, George.
Are they even
George
there?
cannot hear us too.
Oh, yeah. Kenneth.
Kenneth is around.
Hello? Charlie, I can hear you, but I know the house, so I now they move to.
Okay, they moved from office to the house.
I did outside. Yes, I did outside.
Okay,
Oh,
Now they
okay.
move
okay.
office.
He was
So just
asking a
the
question
So-
if you understood an ordered list.
So
Is there a difference between an ordered list and unordered?
Yeah, that was what he was asking. If you can get a
Oh,
difference.
I think
the difference. Ordered list has order now, like it's ordered 1, 2,
Yeah.
3 in fall in particular sequence. But unordered list, you can any number can come first or any symbol can come first. You can list it anyhow.
exactly. So once you know this ordered list and an ordered list, we have something called I think we'll talk about tables. So we talk about tables, and tables have something called table row. So the table row works. So like in the table row, we can have a table head, right? A table head. So the table head will be like, let's say boys.
Okay.
Yes. So let's say boys and let's say girls. Boys, girls, wow, girls, and let's say total, right? So this is the table head. So after the table head, you can introduce another one called a table row though. But like the table row will take in the table data, right? Yeah. So the table data will contain, let's say, 25, let's say. So let's say table head, and we have, no. So what I was trying to do is this. So we should have several table like this. Yeah, we should have something like this. Then we have boys, we have girls, then we have total. Right. So you see how they are displayed.
Exactly.
Then the other table row. Okay, this one should go. Then the other table row will take the table this and this. So I think this should also go. So we should have something like this. I think this should go. So we should have something like this. Yeah, we should have something like this. So now see how it works. Now the table row, we have. Let me just draw the distinction. Now we have table rows. You know, rows are horizontal. Rows are horizontal. Then column are vertical, right, Williams? I think
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
clear.
Yeah.
Rows are horizontal and columns are vertical.
Vertical, y-axis.
So yes, so when you place a table row like on the first page, so it's being displayed in a horizontal way.
Exactly.
So when you place a table row, the table row takes in the table head. So what you want to display, maybe you want to display boys, girls, and the total, right? So the total of, let's say, these two is going to be 46. So let's say you want to write like 46 here. So you see, so and when you take in the table data, you don't have to write another table row to display the table data, the table heads.
Exactly.
So the table heads, they follow. So if you write it, if you display 3 table heads in the table row, when you declare another table row, you have to declare 3 table data in the same thing. So they work. So the first one goes for the first one, the second one goes for the second one. So this goes with this, and this goes with the second one. So in that order, and the third one goes for this. So assuming that I add, let's say, total. You see how they are going. And I add, let's say, this. You see how it's been taken in that order. Yeah. So that is how we create tables in your let's say in your web document. And we have something called, I think we'll have to touch on the inputs and the form. So
Excuse me, I'm trying to get something. The TR is table row.
Yes.
Exactly.
And the TH is table head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then which one is TD?
The data.
The table data. So let's say under the boys, under the table head of boys, you are placing this table, the table data in like under the boys. You understand? So let me say something like, let me share that whiteboard and it explains better. So yeah. So all I'm trying to say is that we have, this is something like this. This a table row.
Yeah.
Right? This is a table row. There's another table row. Right? Another table row. Right? Yeah. And you have something like this. This 3. You have 1 and this 3. So in here, let's say you have, let's say we have boys in here. Let's say you have boys in here. You have boys here. Then you have, let's say, girls in here. Right? Then you have their total. You have their total here. Right? Now their total here. Good. So with this is a table row, right? And this is the table head. This, right? This one, this particular place is one table head, and then this one is another table head, right? And the total is another table head.
Yeah.
So let's say that's the headers. So when you have when you are grouping something, maybe you have today's date, you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. These are the table heads, right? And under the table heads, it contains the table data. So let's say we have 32 and you have like 40. So we are inputting the table data. This is what you are doing. You are just filling in the table data. And this one, let's say 52, right? So please, do you understand? So this maps to this maps to this, and this maps to this.
Exactly.
So in here, can
You want to go back to your screen?
please, can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen for now. Yes.
Yeah. So you see, under the table row, you have table heads. So that displays the headers, the header. So Monday, Tuesday. So let's say this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and so on. So let's say, let's say under the Monday, maybe you had 24 hours of sleep. Tuesday you have 24 hours of sleep, and so on. So each table head corresponds to the table data here. So the boys for 23, the girls for 23, and the total takes the 46. Please, do you understand?
Yeah, exactly.
Who was asking the question? Was it
Ken?
George?
Ken was asking a question. Unfortunately, we cannot
Ken,
hear
are you
Bernard.
okay now?
Bernard, if you want to speak, you can unmute yourself. If Bernard can hear me, you can unmute yourself. I don't know if your microphone is working now. Bernard, okay. You see, you can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yes.
right now, I think we'll dive into the inputs.
Is it possible we can wrap up, because I think the workers are tired. They sent me a message that they wanted to go home. So I don't know if
okay. So
let's
wrap
have a
up.
feel
Let's
of
wrap up everything.
Exactly.
Okay. So I started by saying that we have the meta tags that helps us to decode whatever language that we want to encrypt in our web browser. Then we have the viewport, is what helps us to place our web application in different view. So let's say in the desktop mode, the tablet mode, and the phone mode. And we have the meta description. So the meta description is just for the SEO, that is a search engine optimization. So if you open your application, or when you open your application in the web browser, the first thing or the first information you want to see about that page is what the meta tag also can do. Now, when you come down, we have the title. The title is what you want, the name of your document. So let's say you want the document to be, let's say, tutorials. So for instance, when I save these changes, when I save these changes, you'll see that my application will now change to the name that will come will be tutorials. See, when I hover over it, you have tutorials over here, you see. And also we spoke about the headers, and I said that the headers are you have the six types of headers. So you have a H1, H2, H3, and H4. So the H1 is the biggest, followed by the H2, followed by the H3, followed by the H4, H5, and H6. H6 is the lowest in terms of the font. Good. So we spoke about the paragraphs, and then where I told you that the paragraphs is just the paragraph helps us to put different text. So let's say when you want to display some information, you want to put them in paragraphs so that they don't look grouped together, like you don't have full sentence, like it won't be nice. So you just want to separate them in pages. Then we spoke about the how to comment. So I told you that to comment, have to hit on the control plus the forward slash to give you this. Then you have to name your document based on what you have done. So when you spoke about Richie, you name it about Richie, so that when somebody takes your code, you know that okay, this part of the section is talking about Richie. Then we also we also talk about the emphasis. So when you have a text, you want to place an emphasis on some of the words by italicizing them, so that it will differentiate, like this one, how this one is differentiated from this one, and how even this is even differentiated from this. So this helps you to structure your page. We also spoke about the italics. The italics and the emphasis, they work in they're relative to each other, so you can use them. And we spoke about the strong. So the strong is what helps her to place this in bold. So you see how bold this one is. That's the strong elements that we use. And we spoke about the final one.
Dixon, Bernard wants to ask a question, but his microphone is not working. I think he will type it. He will type it. I don't know. Then I'll read it out or something like that. His microphone is still not working.
So
Ben, we cannot hear you.
So
Ben, we cannot hear you. I don't know.
Explain.
I can only see you opening your mouth, but I can't hear you. I think your microphone is bad. You need to get a new one before next week. I'm sorry, I don't know. If you can.
So I think you should type it, so that whilst I explain, you'll be typing it and we'll listen at the same time.
Okay, but if you can type it real quick, or you can send me an audio message, and I'll just play it out.
Okay.
So
then we spoke about the links in HTML, where I said that to implement the link, you have to use an A tag. So I forgot to say that for you to implement an element, you need an open bracket. So this is an open tag and this is a close tag. You understand? So this is the left anchor bracket and this is the right anchor bracket. So when you don't have the emit, in your application, when you want to declare, let's say, a link, you just shift plus A, then shift plus the anchor bracket. But emit automatically gives it to you. But if it doesn't give it to you, you just write the left anchor bracket, then the right anchor bracket, and you put your A element inside. Then so I said that it takes an attribute, so you can do the href. That helps you to navigate. From one web browser, from your application, from one document to another document. The href helps you to do that. So I also mentioned about the ordered list and unordered list, where I said the ordered list helps you to number. Okay, I'm listening. Is he off again? Hello.
Yeah, Dixon, I'm trying to decode Bernard's message.
Can I write my text?
If you can hear him.
Yeah, I can hear you.
With the text, with the main body, the information you want to write about your website.
Yeah.
Like rent of some $6, that kind of text he has written. Assuming I'm an engineer or a mathematician, and my website is about mathematics. Can I write my text somewhere and copy it into the platform where I'm programming, or all mathematical calculations has to be done direct? I mean the body, the text of the website.
Okay. I think
Bernard understood. Okay, you can explain.
Okay, yes. I think it's a good question. Yes, you can. Okay, I guess you know like how you structured your documents from where you are copying it from. So when you copy your document and you paste it in your paragraph or your body or anything, you know where the calculations or the superscript or the subscript are. And right now I've made you know that you can use the sub or the sub to just place your elements relatively to each others. So when you are writing, when you write, let's say, when you type something in a Word document and you bring it into your VS Code, the program doesn't understand whatever that you have written. So
Exactly.
it will just display
It
it.
has test.
It will just display all as
text.
text. It doesn't have any special way to understand that, okay, you copied it from a Word document, so this is how it's supposed to display it. So once you copy the text into your web into your web document, then with the help of what we've discussed today, with the subscript, with the link, with the paragraphs, with the headers, with the yes, the emphasis, how to place emphasis, with the strong, with the spam, of which we'll do next week, or with all these elements. That is why if there is no need for you to, if there is a way to implement all these things, like we wouldn't have needed all these elements. You understand? If VS Code understood all this, like when you copy, it has an inbuilt function that when you copy something from let's say Word or Excel or any other web page, and how they display it, if it is able to like decode whatever that you have copied in the right amount, like we wouldn't have had the paragraphs and the emphasis and the strong and the we just it will just understand, but VS Code doesn't understand this. So it's display all your text. It's like it displays all the text in plain. No functional, like no function is being attached to it. No, it's just
I
raw.
think I think
What you
Bernard
have,
will understand. Yes, Bernard, I think you get a point, right?
yeah.
Yes, of course. What you're typing from the Word document will be different from what you're giving to VS Code, and the browser too interprets it in a different way. Okay, so you have an option over here. VS Code will give you all those things. You have to restructure them to see whatever you wanted to see at the browser side. You cannot get exactly what you type in your Word document. You cannot get the same thing when you paste them in your VS Code, and
Yes,
your browser cannot decode that. Your browser cannot understand whatever text you've typed in your Word document. That's why you have to learn your element very well. At least not every element that you need to keep it up here, but they are common ones, the basic ones. And even if you forget, you can even go back to your Google and search for elements that can help you or solve that your problem for you. So it shouldn't be a problem at all. Like how to
so if you want,
position all
so
of
like in
your
your documents, for instance, if your document, for instance, if you were numbering them, that is why you've let the ordered list so that you can number your pages and your paragraphs. And when you want to bullet them, you can use the unordered list. When you want to write a table, you can. When you want to draw a table, you can use the table, and so on and so forth. So I think we'll end here, and next
yes.
week
I
we'll
think
continue
the guys
from
are
here. And
tired
I
and
think
all of
William,
them have left.
yes,
But when you person just enter, I don't know if it's my in-law. Whatever. So we can wrap up. I think we can wrap up. Then we will continue next week
so I
Friday,
think
right? Continue next week
yes,
Friday.
in same next week Friday, same time.
Yeah, next week
Yeah.
Friday, the same time. I think
Okay.
we can end
So
here.
I think I couldn't talk about what I wanted to say, but so I won't give the assignment today. I think
So
they should just
I think
practice
Dixon,
what.
what we will do is, most of them are we are all tired, but we are trying to
Yeah.
make time to make this thing work. Okay. So I don't know if you
Yeah.
prepare your
Yeah.
lessons, if you can at least 1 hour, 30 minutes, or let's say 1 hour. That's
Okay.
that's the advert that I'm putting across. I think I've put in the most of the advert on LinkedIn, and I'm telling everyone that it's just 1 hour every Friday. So I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Anyhow, you can prepare your lesson to so that we can work within
Okay.
time.
So
1 hour,
just
then at
so you
least
can work within just 1 hour.
just 1 hour.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
If the
All
interest
right.
comes,
All
I think
right.
we can later increase the time.
Is the time? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see, all of them are gone. They are
Okay.
all saying they are tired. They want to go and sleep. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Okay.
understand. So
All
nice
right.
one. I
All right.
think
Okay.
today's session has been very peaceful, and I think you've done well.
So I think I'll urge everybody to just go over this,
Read,
because
yes, exactly.
this way they are confusing. You might think you have understood it, but just give it like 2 weeks and come back. You see that the whole thing is just a different thing altogether. So
I don't expect you to understand everything today. It's like that. Coding is not like
yes,
that. I don't expect you to get everything today. Whatever you get today, you at least get, let's say, 30% of it. The next time you will get it again. It's like that.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Don't force yourself that, okay, I want to grab everything today. No, it's not possible. It's never done anywhere. You
It's
go
just
through, you run through like that. That's why we have the
practice.
video. You go back to the video and you get a piece of it. Next time you visit the video again, get another piece of it and you just put them together. That's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I think Dixon, that's another.
But I think with this connection, I think it will work, right? You are able to record it from your
we're able to do it solid without cutting. So I don't know. Yeah. Before Friday, we will see how best. I don't know if it's the type that you installed or the type that I've installed.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's coming from.
Okay.
If you can give me the setup too, no problem. I can install it on my own and you will see how we can.
Okay.
All right. Charlie. Bernard King. George, I think today's session too is fantastic, right?
Yeah.
So we can. But I'm working on a project. When I finish, I'll put it in the group.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Charlie.
All right.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye, everyone.